Hello, I'm Mrs. Donna Hummel, and I'll be your online instructor for CPO 151, which is Chemical Process Technology number 1, which is also Systems number 1. I'll talk a little bit more about the course itself, but I want to kind of just go over how to get to it, and then again what you'll see. Most of you, though, have had me already, and you're probably already familiar with this, but I just want to go through it with you again. Okay, so once you log on to my DTCC, you'll have this come up, okay, and your name will be in this window, and you'll have all these choices in this green bar area. So when you click on courses, this screen comes up, and this will list all of the courses that you are currently taking, so fall of 2020. So here's the course, CPO 151-501, Chemical Process Tech 1 Systems. So this is the course that we'll be taking together. Okay, so when you click on this, okay, this screen comes up. Now this is the main screen, so there'll be announcements here. So initially I'm going to have a Zoom announcement for you, and we'll probably already be talking about it, because I want to go through everything with you and I'll talk a little bit about how we're going to do lab stats and so on. Plus I would like to be available to you all the time on Zoom every week to do the lecture if you like that. On this side will be the calendar, okay, and it'll tell you what events are coming up. These are reversed right now, which is okay, but I'll be working on fixing that up. So you'll just see different ones, okay? So again, the announcements will be up here, and on this announcement again will be ways that I'll communicate with you, give you updates, and also emails be the other way. Here also is any updates to the course itself, if I make any changes. Okay. All right, now what I want to talk about here is this bar is your activities, tools, grades, and then admin and D2L help. So you click on content and this will take you to the window of what it'll be like. Now, the very first time you log in, this is what you should get. Now, there's two different types of applications, or two different ways to view it. Okay, so this is the new way, all right? So we're going to leave that on because this matches the Pulse app. I don't know if you've been told about that, but you should download its D2L content. It's Pulse, P-U-L-S-E, and it'll be right available on your phone, and everything is viewable, and all of these things will be totally viewable and easy to see, and you can do a lot of your work on your phone, and or like if you have an iPad or some some pad like that, and of course on your computer. So on this side here are all the different modules. Okay, so this is the new view, and each of these has some modules. You see there's a little bar, and we'll get that little twisty bar. So this will take us all the way out to week 15. Okay, so the first thing you'll see is the overview. Okay, and we click on that, and this is here. Then when you click on that, you'll see this little overview. So let's talk about the course itself. Okay, so this course will give you an introduction or a review of your chemical stoichiometry, which you should have gotten in chemistry. We'll talk about fluid flow, heat transfer, plant utilities, and reactor concepts. We're also going to talk about other unit operations, distillation, we're not going to do extraction, crystallization, filtration, and drying. Okay, so how you're going to interact with them as you would in a plant. And this course is actually very nice and simple. Okay, now this is where you click on the video, which we're doing right now, and you'll see the video there. Okay. Now let's go to instructor information. So again, most of you probably have already had me, and so this is at least like your third or fourth course of being a CPO, so it's kind of pretty familiar to you. Now I'm available to you at all times, of course times 10 to 2:50, and then these are other student hours available to you, and of course if you need to make an appointment with me. And I do hope, again, like I said, to do Zoom lectures at 10 a.m. with you if you need help with that. If you want me to actually do the course with you guys live, I'm fine with that too. We can do the PowerPoints. It's up to you. If you find it's easier for you to just go ahead and read it and then ask me questions, that would be fine. Okay. So again, my main ways of communicating are through email and that announcement page, and I will try to get back with you within 24 hours except weekends. Now this is linked to student resources. This is really great. If you click on this, it'll take you to this whole website, and all of these are there. There's also a great website here. It's a student in need. So if you need like a laptop, say that you're having trouble and you can't get it, able to get connected as best as you want to, so you can get a laptop, and maybe there's also an issue with food. So we have a pantry as well available to you, and other areas there. You can look at that and see. Now to get to the technology resources, again, if you're having trouble with anything, these are all available to you. You click on this. So, and if you're having trouble, again, you can contact me and we can work it, whatever you need to work it out. Now let's go to syllabus, schedules, and policies. So we're just kind of going along here, and I can close this and make that shorter and then bring this back up again. So now the syllabus here, okay, is you can actually go to the live syllabus right here, and then this is it downloaded. Okay, the syllabus again just highlights all the things that we've just talked about, what's available to you, what you'll be learning. And then down here we'll give you the grade distribution and the summative, and we'll talk about this in a minute. I just want to mention to you that they've changed the grading scale. It's not reflective here. However, if we go to the grading policy, it is changed here. So this is the updated. So the A's are now 90 to 100. B's are 80 to 89. C's are 70 to 79. And F's are below 70. Now, what I like about this course is it's kind of simplified. It's really, we're getting hardcore into the content. Okay, so the PowerPoints and handouts, and I'll show you how they're all broken down, but they're all cumulative into 5 tests. Okay, and then you will have a final exam and then your lab work. So you don't have any projects, no PowerPoints, no safety presentations, things like that. Okay, so it's straightforward, and that's why I want to make sure we get the lab completed as well to do as much as we can. Okay, and then here's the schedule. Now, at this point, I'm believing the schedule to be pretty accurate, and I don't think it's going to have to change much. But again, it's very difficult to say. So up here I wrote that again. We're pretty much doing the lectures and the we'll do the labs. Hold on, I'm trying to lose the screen here. The lectures to be completed at home, and then the labs we're going to try to do lab stats. So we're going to be able to log online, and I'm going to probably assign to you computers, and you'll see how to do that. And that's what will be good when we do the first day with Zoom. We'll go through all of that. All right. And you're going to be doing mostly simulations. However, there will be there's a gas absorption unit that I want to do, so we'll come in to do that. I'm planning on doing that October the 6th. All right, so we'll get all of our schedules jiving together to see, to make sure we can come in. And the week before, you'll have to do that unit ops lab. It's the same one that you've done before for 135. Although you have to do it every semester, so just so you know. And as you'll see, this breaks down to 10 units. So the first unit's the intro, covered over to the second week, and then fluid flows, heat transfer, plant utilities, distillation 2 weeks, biofuels, reactor over 2 weeks, crystallization, and then filtration and drying will be done in the last 2 weeks, and then you'll have a test for that. And one of those tests I believe will be a take-home, but most of the other tests should be online here, and there'll be multiple choice, and you'll know the results immediately, so that should be not a problem. Now, as I'll show you here, the rest of the weeks break out, and they all correspond to the units. So again, you'll see Unit 1 is covered in the first part of this week, the first week, and then Unit 1 continued over. An introduction to process control, because I do want to go a little bit over that with you again to remind you about controlling, because you're going to be doing all these simulations. The simulations will be as if you were sitting at a DCS system and doing control via that way. I know some of you may not be dealing with that right now, but if you do get a job where they have a DCS system, it'll be very good for you to have that experience. And then you'll have a test, and that'll just be another, that will be listed under here as an assignment. So they'll all be very similar. Okay, so let's look at the first week, and then you'll just see they're all going to be laid out the same way. So the first week will be presentation and lecture information in one. That's one module, and then another module will be just supplemental information. So anytime that I have extra work that might help you, this is where that'll be. And it could help you for your test as well. And then you'll have an assignments module. So the first one here, okay, is the presentations. I want to just mention to you that I've listed everything 2 ways, okay, in the normal PowerPoint and Word document, and if Excel, but we don't really have any Excels. However, I've also listed everything. I converted all of them to a PDF. So if you get so for your labs, they'll be in a Word document, so you can just upload them and edit them, okay? And then you can just resubmit them exactly as is, and you won't have to print anything out. It'll save you cost of paper and or scanning in. But if that's easier for you to do, print it out and then scan it in. If you have that ability, that's fine too. But again, and so a PDF also is easier to read. Sometimes maybe you don't have the PowerPoint presentation on your PC, but if you go log on to the Dell Tech account, you can download that to your computer, so you still should be able to get it. Sometimes it just takes longer to do. You may not be able to do it as quick, but the PDF does make it a lot easier to see. Okay, so you have here a course overview for the first week and the Unit 1 Part 1. Okay, and then there's a handout for that, which just getting all the notes that are coming off of these two, mostly off of the introduction. Now here's the PDF again. So here's the course overview, but in PDF, and this one, it'll list it to you. It doesn't clarify it here, which I don't like very much. If you look at the other view, you might be able to see it that way. But so the first three are in their native format, and then the rest of these are in PDFs. Okay. Now supplemental information. Here is that transparency, and what this contains some extra information again to help supplement what you're learning, and it could be also on the PowerPoint and maybe explain a little bit more as well in here. Okay. And then assignments. Now the assignment will be the labs again. Like I said, mostly these are going to be labs that are on the PC that you would use Simtronics. So you're going to access that through lab stats. So I would like to go through this with you the first time. So, again, during the class time on the first day of class. But here are the instructions. I'm pretty sure they're going to be exactly the same. We tested it and it worked really well, but I need to find out, and I may have to assign you individual numbers. When you get on there, you'll see these computers. They'll be listed. So you may have to select a certain one, and I'll send an email telling you which one. I don't know the download speeds and how that'll be if all of us are logged on at the same time, but this also gives you a chance to do it when it's convenient for you at home, or maybe if you're at work and you have a chance to do it. So this will be helpful. Okay, and then you'll follow that. Now, then each of the labs will be listed as an activity, all right, or an assignment. And then you go to the assignment and you click on that, and then you can download. Right now it's not viewable because I don't have it starting until the 1st, but there'll be the Word document, and again I put that in a PDF if it's easier. But if you just download the Word document, edit it in a different color, and then re-upload it again, boom, you'll have it all done and submit it, and then I'll be able to grade it for you. I plan on, I'm going to try to give you 2 weeks to do that. Again, we don't know the timeline. It's again the first time we're trying with a bunch of people, so I'm not exactly sure how it'll work out. Now I just want to show you this tab, activities. The only thing you're going to be concerned with are assignments and quizzes. Okay, so you'll go to the assignments tab if you can't remember what's due on your labs besides your schedule, but it'll be straightforward. So this will be listed lab 1, 2, about 7 or 8, but I think I want to put all of the labs there. Hopefully, maybe if it works really well. I would like you to get all the experience you would normally have gotten to have been able to get if you were in class, and I think all those lab simulations will really be helpful for you. So we'll talk about that, and we'll see how we go. And then you'll only have the quizzes, but none of these other things will pertain to you. Okay, so we come back to the content, and again, they'll all be similar, and I showed you all of that. So every one of them will be identical. You'll have the presentation and lecture information, any supplemental information, and then assignments, which will be your lab only. Okay. Again, I'm really glad that I'll be teaching this with you. I really hope that we get to Zoom more. And if you have any questions, please let me know. And I'm going to send you the Zoom link to work with me, and I'll post this as well. All right, you guys, and I'm looking forward to seeing everyone, or well, at least talking to you and seeing you through the Zoom. And have a great week. Talk to you soon.